Week 1 of the 2025 season, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Vikings and the Browns, next on Madden Football.
We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers, because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, Parker, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Second down and inches. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end, Ingram. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively, you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now an option play, and we'll keep it.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Well, he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get to the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. In the first drive, they were moving the ball okay. Then the interception. Now time to regroup after giving up the score.
Yeah, I noticed him on the sidelines talking with one of his coaches, and they were comparing the pictures, right? You get the photos, what the defense was doing. They were carving it up pretty well, as you noted. I think they focused a lot on, okay, what happened on the interception ball, seeking to avoid it in the future.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken in at the 3.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. 7-7, our score after. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
K.J. Hamler.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily, when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Yes, and he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? 2nd and 9 now. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be in.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover. But I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, the medical staff checks on him and will step aside in this Week 1 contest.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. This will be caught just inside the 10.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 8 yards out, and the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now they're a little further behind the 8 ball after the interception led to the touchdown. So a 2-score deficit here, 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert!
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Ready, ready.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They put it down very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 6. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds.
So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. He left that in a bad spot. Unfortunately, it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. They've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing right, and that's complete. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Minnesota.
They'll go option to the short side. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 61 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of a...
They're going for Hamlin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Running left, Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Again, it's Taylor. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced with your zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop the right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 and they'll bring out 4 down.
Some of those asks them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now here's another interception. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 23.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 17. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Taylor will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here's Taylor again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop it just shy of the goal line.
They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game.
And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets it back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll start with the option.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. Carlson off the PAT. And that will make this it's a 4-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this one out to about the 38.
76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
He's going to keep this again.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Javon Kinlaw. Loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Browns send out their punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? That's pulled in at the 32.
All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down on the scoreboard. A minute 46 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. He'll look to throw.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the attention, it turns to the Browns, trailing by a field goal. A little over 20 seconds to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up first and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener.